Catherine's going to talk about a guide to life for future generations, taken with a grain of salt. Catherine is a native Milwaukeean. She graduated from the School of Visual Arts with a BFA in photography, though considers herself unphotogenic. That's not true. She's currently seeking a second degree at UW Milwaukee. So let's give it up for Catherine.
I'd like to apologize again to people that just learned that they're in the slideshow tonight. You bastard. Okay, roll on. Hey, it's me. I've been thinking about you, about the both of us. What's happened over the years and what's made up our life, the good, the bad, the stuff to come, all of it. I know, I'm the last person you'd expect or want to hear from, especially right now. What could I have to say that could possibly have anything to do with you and your life? I don't remember what it's like to be your age. I'm out of touch. You know everything. I know nothing. Believe it or not, we have more in common than you think. Look, I just have some insight I wanted to share with you, that's all. Yeah. Keep rolling your eyes. You don't use those to listen with anyway. You know, when I was your age, I had my whole life planned out. Well, at least my 20s. I knew exactly where I was going to college. I would finish in 4 years, take a year off before I went to grad school, either in Missouri or London, I wasn't sure. Then photograph for the UN. Things didn't quite work out that way. Life changes every day. It's good to set a course for it, but you can't plan life. Don't expect in 15 years to be accepting your Academy Award with your rock/movie star husband and 2.5 kids cheering you on in the audience. When the greater probability is you'll be renting, have 2 cats, and be working 1 full and 1 part-time job to pay off your student loan for the degree you have that has nothing to do with either aforementioned jobs. Don't get me wrong, I'm not telling you to stop dreaming or wanting the best, but be realistic. Take things 1 step at a time and stay focused. It's not going to happen overnight, and you're going to have to work at it. Don't waste your time waiting around for fame and fortune to fall in your lap. It doesn't happen. Okay, it does happen to some people, but they almost never appreciate it and end up wasting it. Why do you think they sell those issues of People magazine titled "Child Actors, Where Are They Now?" I'll tell you where they are. They're on Oprah's couch, crying about how miserable they are and how their life is ruined, how they never should have traded in their friends and family for a big bag with a dollar sign on it. You can have the car, the home, the phone, the threads, the this, the that, but it all means nothing if you have no core family and friends. That comes to my second bit of advice. Never take your friends and family for granted. Treat them well and they'll treat you well, in theory. Sure, there'll be arguments and feelings will be hurt, hair will be pulled, tears will be shed, and lives will be ruined, but in a couple days you'll realize how stupid what you were arguing about really is, and hopefully you'll have the courage to apologize and make things better. This is usually easier with family than friends, simply because we're family. I never had any friends who put me through school or make me dinner after I told them I hated them. But friends are different, and you'll have a lot of them. There'll be fights over boys, or who said you're a lousy kisser, who said your boobs are too small, or your ass is too big. It's all temper, vanity, and insecurity. If you're arguing with someone who doesn't matter, then it doesn't matter. Forget about them. But if you're arguing with someone who does, stop and think if what you're angry about is worth ruining a friendship over. Be careful with your words. It could mean the difference between being sorry for a week and being sorry for a lot longer. Oh, and a moment ago I mentioned fighting over boys. Do not fight over boys. It's never, ever worth it. I've seen 2 weak relationships ruin countless, potentially lifelong friendships. I know this boy is the hottest thing to walk the planet, and you can't live without him. He's the best thing that ever happened to you, but listen, there are 6.6 billion people on this planet. There are other boys, lots of them, trust me. And they're not going anywhere. In fact, they're waiting in line. Besides, is 2 weeks with any boy worth dumping your best girlfriend? I mean, who are you going to go shopping with when you don't sue for the good kisser with the big boobs and the tiny ass? I know you think you'll do everything different and better, and maybe you will, but just promise me one thing. You're true to yourself whenever possible. It makes liking yourself and being likable a lot easier. This in turn makes you more confident, which makes you believe in yourself even more. But who am I? Someone who's made mistakes and learned from them, and still learning from them, and still making mistakes. I don't always like myself, and I have compromised who I am to suit others, and I regret it. But I have some wonderful people in my life who led me back to shore and helped me start rebuilding. Life is messy, and never what you expect, and it certainly isn't always fair. But you can't let it get the better of you. Oh, and one more thing. If you don't like the situation you're in, change it. Leases can be broke, jobs can be quit, relationships can be ended, anything can be sold on eBay, and you can quit smoking again. Okay. If you follow these suggestions, and I hope you do, things should turn out in the long run. And remember, no matter how bad you think it is, and even if your bedroom's been changed into an office, you'll always have somewhere to come home to. Thank you.